Of course, it's commencement speech season. All the politicians are out at various universities. John Kerry was at Yale. Valerie Jarrett was at, where was she? Harvard or something? I don't know. Some uppity college. And this was among the interesting things she said. And the more interesting thing probably is the reaction of the kids gathered there, the students in the audience. Here's what Valerie Jarrett had to say about the future and what's going on presently, actually.
But also remember that before I hire anybody, I always check out everything that they've been doing online. And believe me, we have ways of finding out everything you've been doing online.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was actually funnier than I intended it to be.
Isn't that chilling?
It's funny. It's funny, Pat. It's funny because they don't care about the Constitution. That's why it's funny.
They don't care.
That's why it's funny.
They don't care. She didn't even intend it to be a funny line. She was just stating a fact that you won't believe the methods we have to find out about you online. I do believe it.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
That's funny. Now, I mean, is she just being funny? Because she said she wasn't.
No, I don't think she was being funny. I mean, look, you're an idiot if you don't think that your employers are looking over your publicly available.
Yeah, sure.
Facebook, Twitter, anything
publicly
that they can
available
find that's
is
publicly
one thing.
available.
She was talking about non-publicly available.
It did seem like,
didn't it?
Like that.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe the listen. What was the exact line?
But also remember that before I hire anybody, I always check out everything that they've been doing online. And believe me, we have ways of finding out.
She always checks out everything they've been doing online. And I do believe you that you have amazing ways of finding out. So if you are surfing porn, if you are online gambling you're not supposed to be, if you are, I don't know what you'd be doing.
I won't be able to work for Valerie.
But you're not working for the government. I mean, I don't think our kids have any concept of what they're doing with their lives with Twitter and with Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and all these things they're doing. They don't have any idea how badly this is going to come back to bite them.
Yeah, there's a lawsuit going through the European courts, and it supposedly is going to come here as well, saying that you should be able to delete things off of Google eventually. It should be able to go away. I mean, I don't know how they were arguing that was free speech, that your free speech is being marred by things you said in the past. I don't think that's a thing. Does that hold up? It does not seem to hold up.
4 or 5 years ago, Eric Schmidt, right, head of Google, was telling us that people would have to change their identity online, and everybody, we made a little light of it, but this is what he was talking about.
Well, this kind of goes to my theory on this is that it goes to the tattoo argument, which is, when people were getting tattoos, when it kind of became popular again, I don't know, what was it, 10 years ago? And people would say, hey, that might look good on you now because you're young and you are in shape. And then in 40 or 50 years, those tattoos are not going to look as good. And you should think about that now, right? That was the idea. And the comeback to that always was, well, yeah, but then everyone is going to look that way in 40 or 50 years. There's going to be a lot of people with tattoos, and therefore it's not going to necessarily be as bad. I wonder if that happens with the online speech stuff. Like when it comes to everybody has something that they've put online that is bad.
It just won't matter.
It just won't matter anymore because everyone will have it.
Yeah, that's something we did back then.
That's just what people did. They did stupid crap online. They posted pictures of themselves doing things. They made stupid comments. They supported some cause that looks bad in retrospect, and everybody's done it, so now it's not a big deal.
It may turn out that way.
But I don't know, especially the way you look at the way people are targeted now. Look at the guy from Mozilla is the most recent example probably, or the guys from what was it, HGTV that we had on. You support something that's not even out there. It's one thing if you supported Nazism. It's another thing if you supported something traditional marriage when they did constitutional amendments in, 30 states, and it's failed once? This is something that until very recently, the overwhelming percentage of people supported. Now, if you supported that, they can look back retroactively at your activities supporting it and get you fired from jobs today.
And they did.
So while it might not be, I think we as conservatives tend to think, well, you're posting pictures of yourself in a compromising way, or you're making, you're saying terrible things about somebody else. It depends on who you're saying terrible things about. Because if you come out and you just say something, a biblical belief or a belief that that is something that's associated with traditional values that go out of style 2 decades from now, what are the repercussions you're going to face for that? This is what they're trying to do, I think, to get people to shut up. Because and this is something that Glenn brings up all the time. If you're not really comfortable in your principles and you don't mind standing up for them, you're going to wind up facing something really bad at some point in your life about your values. And if you're not rock solid in them, you're not going to be able to deal with that firestorm.
And look at us. Look at our